I'm going to mute you lovelies. And we're going to do a lot of flowing this morning. So I'll mute you all except for my husband. I actually like saying my husband. I never thought I'd say my husband, and it's actually rather cool.
Yeah, and you can't mute your husband for
and
years.
I cannot mute my husband, but I can tell you to shush. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to ABC Yoga. I'm Amy, my husband Bill in the back. You may see an occasional cat. And we're going to start this morning doing a restorative posture just to loosen up our lower back. It's going to be a class all about really flowing more, moving in between the postures. And so if you want to come down, if you have a book or a brick, or if you don't, welcome to use 3 different levels of the brick. I'm going to go 1 level down, then I can easily access so we can have a little more restoration in the body. So supporting the brick or the book at the lower sacrum. Feet are firmly planted on the floor. We'll turn our palms up towards the sky. And if it feels good to have the knees knock in or maybe open up to get more of an inner groin stretch, I welcome you to use whatever modifications you like. But whatever movement you've already taken this morning to maybe make your coffee, Bill and I folded 2 loads of laundry already. Whatever that busyness you've started this morning, let's take these first initial minutes to allow ourselves to ground, to really get into our bodies, to feel and watch the breath in the body, and to connect with our breath. So noticing anything that's in contact with your mat, the floor, allow those parts to get a little heavier. So you feel the weight of your bones. Just noticing the temperature on our skin. Tasting inside your mouth. Feeling the breath as it enters in and out through the nostrils. Our ears opening up to the various sounds around us. And finally, our vision, that internal vision, going inside, closing out the axis of our seeing eyes to feel a deeper connection inside our body. So just opening up all of our senses. Let's take 1 more breath in. Gently sigh it out. And please remove the brick or the book if you were accessing them this morning. And we'll stretch our arms up overhead. A beautiful stretch out through the toes. The fingers are spread wide. The toes are spread wide. And we'll bend that right knee and hug it into our chest. We'll find some circles with our foot in one direction. And we'll change direction. And we'll take the knee across the body. The right arm extends. The eyes are soft or closed. You can take them over the right shoulder. Gentle release in that lower back. We unhinge our jaw. And just feel that breath in and out through the nostrils. Take 1 more inhalation. We let it go completely. And then roll back on the body, extend that right leg. Just pause between sides. Again, allowing the body to get heavy, feeling the bones, the weight of the bones. And that next inhalation, please hug the left knee in. We find some twist with the ankle. We change that direction. And drawing that left knee across the body, the left arm extends, soft eye gaze over that shoulder. That left knee reaches towards the earth, but just feel that opening in the lower back. Again, unhinge that jaw. We roll back on our bodies, both knees bend, and we'll find our happy baby this morning. So find the inner arches of your feet. The knees are gently coaxing down towards the earth. The feet are flexed. And we just massage that back body, rocking backwards and forwards or side to side. Softening the skin on the forehead. And then gently releasing the feet. Take your hands outside the knees. The hands come behind the knees. And we rock backwards and forwards. Until we roll over onto our hands and knees, setting up for our cat cow. So let's just bump our hips side to side. And then just switch our weight backwards and forwards, starting to lubricate in the wrist joints, the knees, and let's even tuck our toes under, just giving a little deeper stretch, drawing those hips towards your heels. We'll extend those arms. Melt your heart here. So we're opening up the arches of the feet. We're spreading those toes, melting your heart a little deeper, opening up those armpits. And now we'll come onto our hands and knees. And with your own breath count, just undulating that spine. So we let the air out. We lift that back body, rooting the shins and the hands into the earth. Then reach that heart forward, draw those shoulders, blades open, eyes high. Exhale, all the air out, drop the head, maybe shake it out. Sip in the inhalation, reach the heart forward. We exhale the air out. Let's take 2 more here. We breathe in and we breathe out. 1 more inhale. Exhale the air out completely. We come back to neutral. Just gaze over that left shoulder. Fan those right ribs open. Can you find that left heel? Then back through center. We gaze over that right shoulder. Look for the right heel. Left rib spread wide. And back through home. That left hand in the center of your mat, the right hand reaches high. Let's open up the wrist. And we'll change direction. And then scoop the hand under, right ear to the floor. And maybe finding a bind with that left hand. So you can start with taking the hand up towards the sky. Maybe wrap it around, find that hip crease. Or just find that more steadiness in the posture coming onto the fingertips. You can gaze under that left armpit. Feel the back of the right hand and the arm as it connects with the floor. We feel all 10 toenails. Sip in 1 more inhalation. Please let it go. Then ride that breath up. The arm extends. And we lower it down and we'll come to the other side. Now the left arm reaches high, fingers spread wide. We open up the wrist and we change direction and then scoop the hand under, left ear to the floor. You come onto the right fingertips or working on that bind. You could just extend that right arm up towards the sky. Just opening up the body in different ways, non-habitually. Maybe scoop and find that left inner hip crease. Draw the shins a little closer to the mat. And we'll unwind. That left arm extends back up towards the sky. And we'll lower it down, bump those hips side to side.
And then walk those knees in towards the central line. That right leg extends. We lift the heel, the height of the hips. Now extend the left arm, thumb up towards the sky. Find that balance. Breathing here. For 3, for 2, on 1, elbow draws in towards the knee. Then we lengthen. We're squeezing in and extending. 2 more. Moving with your breath. Last inhalation. Exhale, we lengthen and then lower down. Bump those hips side to side. And we'll find the other side. So start with those left toes on the earth. Lift the heel, the height of our hips. Then the right arm extends, thumb up towards the sky. Find that balance by rooting that right shin into the mat. Breathing here. Now draw the elbow in towards the knee. And we extend. 3 more. We're squeezing, maybe connecting and lengthening. Last 2. And last 1, elbow in towards your knee. Let everything go. Release them to the mat. Let's tuck those toes under, lift those sits bones. And walk your hands back towards your toes. I'm taking a width, my feet width distance of the mat's width distance. Bend those knees. Maybe bring your chest onto those thighs and pitch forward. Find opposite elbows. So again, we're stretching out that lower back, a deep crease in those hip creases. Then by breath, maybe begin to open up the backs of the legs. So just take it slowly, breath by breath. Notice if those toes start to grip, just back up a little bit. And we'll add a little sway side to side. Shake out that head. And then we'll release the hands to the floor. Walk your hands into your first downward dog. So a deep bend in that right knee, the left heel draws to the floor. Really open up that arch on the right side of the body. Then a nice deep bend in that left knee, right heel to the floor. We open up the arch of the left foot. Keep the left foot where it is. Lift the right heel, so we're really opening up the arches of both of the feet, and then we just hover those knees. The shins become parallel to the floor. Deep crease in our hips. Then blossom open. We lift those sits bones. The heels draw to the floor. Just shake out that head. So we'll take that 1 more. So we'll open up the left arch. Keep those toes rooted, left heel lifted. Then the right heel comes off the ground. Both of the arches are engaged, and we begin to just gently lower those knees. The shin becomes parallel to the ground. Then we blossom, lift those sits bones, expand the body. The heels draw towards the floor. Shake out that head. And keeping your feet where they are, just walk your hands 1 foot closer. And let's just do a crisscross, taking the right hand to the left heel or ankle. Shake out that head. Find that breath. And we'll change sides, left hand towards the right ankle or the heel, drop the head. Find that breath. Now we release the left hand to the floor, find your downward dog. And we'll extend that right leg up towards the sky. So hug those inner thighs together. So the leg's not up super high, it's down more. The hands are rooted. Now we'll take the right knee to the right elbow. Maybe they connect, then extend it out. Now knee outside to the left elbow. We lengthen. Now draw the knee into the nose. Maybe kiss that knee. Find that extension. Then we find that low lunge, untuck the left toes and reach the arms up towards the sky. Let's cactus the hands out as we lift our hearts, opening up the throat, the eyes are bright. The right toes are spread wide, deepen into that right thigh. Now we'll extend those arms up towards the sky, lower them outside the front foot as we draw the hips back and flex the right toes. Breathing in. Drawing your chin towards the shin. 2 more breaths here. We take 1 more inhalation. Complete the exhalation. Lift your heart. Now we'll find gate pose. So we take our right foot to the side and we tuck that left back of the foot open. So you're supported, your right foot is on the ground, the leg is straight, and then take that left hand to the earth. We'll reach the right hand up and over. Feel that gorgeous stretch. Maybe take the hand flat on the ground, or you can also use the brick. So really deep side opener. And let's just flow. We'll lift it up, take that left hand up towards the sky. We fan those left ribs open. Beautiful. Now we take that left hand back to the floor, right hand up and over. Let's lift that right leg. So we find that balance, flex the toes. Now you know where we're going. We're taking that elbow in towards the knee and we're lengthening. Beautiful. 3 more. We squeeze and extend. Last 2. We lengthen. 1 more. Elbow in towards the knee. Extend. Now lower that right hand to the floor. So we're towards the back of the mat and just take that deep bend in the left knee. So we're in that high lunge. Now we find our easy twist. The left hand reaches up towards the sky. Left finger spread wide. So we're threading the needle here in this easy twist. So we breathe in and then take that left hand between the right. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. We breathe in and we breathe out. Last one, we lengthen. Take the left hand underneath the right and we'll just pivot those feet. So we're in that straddle position, halfway lift and forward fold, crown of the head towards the floor. Shake out that head. Steady breathing. Any variation you'd like, you can take a support of the head on the floor, or maybe walk the hands back towards the side of the mat. Deepen those knees as much as you need to. We take 1 more inhale. Finish that exhalation. Inhale, find that halfway lift, and we'll take that left foot out and find Skandasana. So a deep bend in the inner thigh. Fingers are supported or we bring our hands to our heart center. Right toes are flexed. Take 1 more breath in here. On an exhale, release the hands and we'll just walk to the right side of our mat, coming to the front. Step that right leg back. Our vinyasa, high to low plank. Cobra or upward dog. We'll meet in downward dog. Pause and breathe. Steady breath in and out through the nose. Shake out the head. Now the left leg lifts. Take the knee outside the left elbow. Maybe it connects. And we extend. Beautiful. Now the knee outside the right elbow. We lengthen. Now the knee to the nose. Maybe you kiss it. Then extend, and then find that low lunge. Right knee to the earth, we untuck the toes and reach the heart up towards the sky. Elbows out to the sides, breathe in. On an exhale, hands release to the floor, drop the hips back and flex those toes. Steady breathing. 2 more breaths. Drawing the chin towards the shin, take 1 more inhale. On an exhale, we find gate pose. So the right foot tucks in, the left leg is lengthening. We take the right hand to the floor or to the brick and left arm reaches up and over. Feeling that gorgeous side stretch. And after a few breaths, maybe finding that solid palm on the earth. On an inhalation, the right hand reaches up. Now the right ribs fan open. Beautiful, that right hand comes back on the earth. Left arm up and over. Now that left leg lifts up. So flex the toes. Now you know where we're going. We're squeezing that elbow in towards our knee. And we lengthen. We're breathing and extending. Last 2. Last 1, elbow into our knee. We lengthen, lower that hand down, bend that right knee, and we find that easy twist. So the right hand reaches up towards the sky. Squeeze the left shoulder and right knee into that central plane. We breathe in and then scoop that hand right through that space. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, lower. 2 more, we breathe in and we breathe out. Last one, we inhale. We thread that hand through, walk the legs into that straddle position. Again, we're about a leg's distance apart. Find that halfway lift. Crown of the head towards the floor. Elbows hug in. So if this is challenging, walk your feet apart so your head has a little closer proximity to the earth. Or again, I love to use bricks, props, whatever is available. Maybe just soften that forehead to the floor. Allow that body to find that release. 2 more breaths here. We take a final full inhale. Complete that exhalation. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Now we turn the right toes out and find Skandasana. A deep bend in those inner groins. Hands can stay supported. 2 more breaths. We take a final full inhale. Let it go. Release the hands. You walk the leg out to the back of the mat. Left leg back. Your vinyasa, high to low. A cobra or upward dog. We'll meet in downward dog. Pause and breathe. Shake out the head. Steady breathing. Take 1 more inhalation. Complete the exhalation. We bend the knees. We step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And find that chair pose. Drop your hips and reach the arms up towards the sky. So we'll wrap the right arm underneath and take that right thigh up and over. Finding your eagle posture this morning, our tailbone is tucked under. We sit tall. Now lift those elbows a little higher. Our peripheral vision is right on either side of the arms. Unhinge that jaw. Now we're going to unhinge that top thigh, that top leg, and find our way into Virabhadrasana 1 with those eagle arms. So making this a moving meditation, we inhale, lift those elbows high. On an exhale, just drop them in the inside of that front foot. We find the rootedness of the feet and inhale, expand. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2. And we lower. Beautiful. Last one, we inhale. Finish that exhalation. We'll come back and release our hands. Take the hands behind the back body. All set for our humble warrior. So first lift the heart. Now the crown of the head on the inside of that front foot. Draw the hands away from the back body and we spin our hip points to the back of our mat. The left toes are spread wide. That left knee is tracking over the left ankle. The hands reaching over, away from that back body. Take one more breath in. On an exhale, we're going to release our hands outside the front foot, pivot on that right foot, and find your way into standing split, or just lift that leg up. Good morning, Ringo. So drawing your chin towards the shin, shake out the head. And letting go of how high that right leg needs to be. You're just finding the openings. Breathing here. Finding our Shiva squat. We'll take that right knee outside the left knee and extend. We're breathing, lowering, and lengthening. Two more. Taking that knee outside that left knee. Find that extension through the leg. And the last one. Take the knee outside that left knee, and lower all the way down to the ground. So move your cat. So the left foot is outside that right knee. My sits bones are rooted, and we'll find that twist. So the right hand lifts, take the elbow outside the knee and twist over the left shoulder. So we breathe in and we twist. Inhale, twist over that left shoulder. Two more. Make some noise, certainly. Last inhale, we twist, come back through center, find that counter twist, and we'll come back to neutral, untwist the legs. We'll take our hands behind the knees, hover those shins parallel to the floor, our heart is lifted. Maybe expand your boat. Breathing here for 3, for 2, on 1, we cross our ankles and lift. Again, Navasana, supported or extended. Pointing through the toes, our heart is lifted. Cultivating that breath all the way down to the belly. Opposite ankle on top, hands by your hips, maybe lift. 2 more. So finding that boat position. Breathing to that belly. Cross the opposite ankle, hands by your hips, we lift. Last one, Navasana. Heart is lifted, stay supported. Maybe explore with one leg. Find that breath. Then we cross, we lift, cycle through your vinyasa. Can step back, high to low plank, a cobra or upward dog. Downward dog, exhale, eyes towards the back of the mat, shake out the head. We bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat, halfway lift, forward fold, and we'll find that chair pose. Setting up for our other side. So let me just spin around here. So we'll take the left elbow underneath the right. Lift the left thigh up and over, finding your eagle pose. So tuck your tail, we sit tall. Eyes eye level as we squeeze those thighs together. Feel that right foot is rooting all the way to the center of the earth. So that's holding you up. Squeeze those thighs a little deeper. Soften your shoulders, unhinge your jaw. Now we'll unhinge that top thigh, stepping it into our warrior 1. So take your time, left foot's on a 45-degree angle. You can offset the feet. So drop into that right thigh. So we'll make this a moving meditation. Start by lifting those elbows. On an exhale, we hug those hands on the inside of that front knee. Move with your breath. We inhale, expand. Exhale, surrender, let go.
3 more. Breathing and lowering. Last 2. Let go. Last one, we lift. Hands come below that right knee, and we'll just lift and unwind. Take those hands behind, opposite thumb on top. For our humble warrior, we first lift our heart and the crown of the head of the inside of that front foot. Draw the hands away from the back body. Spin the hip point, the sits bones towards the back of the mat and track that right knee over the right ankle. So the crown of the head is dropping towards the floor. Just notice the sensations in the body. Ungrip those gripping white toes. And we'll slowly release the hands outside the front foot. Weight into the right foot, into our version of the standing split, or just, let's call this left leg lifted. So crown of the head towards the floor. Always an option to work on your balance. Imagine the toes rooting down to the center part of the earth, so you find that stability. And from that stability, we'll find our Shiva squat. So we take that left knee behind the right, then we lengthen. We're breathing, lowering, then lengthening and extending. 2 more. Nice breathing this morning, Bill. Bend that left knee. We'll lift it and then slowly lower that knee all the way to the earth. That right foot is outside the bent left knee. You find those sits bones. Right hand supports behind you. Extend the left hand and take the elbow outside the knee as we twist. So we inhale with the heart. Exhale, twist over that right shoulder. Inhale, and we twist. 2 more, we breathe. We twist over that shoulder. Last inhalation, we twist. Take a counter twist in the opposite direction. We come back to center, unwrap the legs. This time we'll take those hands behind the back body, squeeze those knees in, and lengthen. Connecting and extending. You can release those hands. So work what's working with your body this morning. Let's take 5 more. 4, 3, beautiful. 2, squeeze those knees in. Last one, we squeeze, we lengthen, and then just lower those feet to the floor. And let's just give ourselves a hug. Drop the head in towards those knees. And then just feel that back body as we send the breath all over. Feel that expansion. Lick your lips, swallow a few times. Take 1 more inhale. Let's let it go. Lift your head. And we'll just take our feet flat on the floor and find our way into Malasana. So take as wide of stance as you need. Settle into those hips. You're supported on your fingertips, or bring your hand to your heart center. Elbows come right in the inside of those knees. Find a taller spine. So we're going to work from this Malasana squat position to some standing. So we're just use that core to root and just stand up. Nice, and then we'll just lower back down into Malasana. We'll do that 3 more times. So root and we lift, and we lower. Let's take 2 more. Breathe in. Nice, and breathe out. 1 more. I see all these bodies standing up. It's beautiful. We'll lower back down, nestle in, and release that right hand on the inside of the foot. The left arm extends. Spread those fingers wide. And let's feel that stretch across the chest as you take that left hand behind. Maybe you find that inner crease, right hip crease. Feet are rooted. One more in breath. Let it go. And release the hand. And take the left hand now on the inside of that left foot. Right arm reaches, fingers spread wide. Then we'll feel that chest expansion. Take the hand behind. Feel that gorgeous stretch. Find that hip crease. Maybe draw that right shoulder up towards the sky. 2 more breaths. Another full inhale. On an exhale, release that hand to the floor. Last time we stand all the way up. Take your time, unwind the spine, open up those shoulders. Just roll them backwards. And then we'll roll those shoulders forward. And let's just find some quick twist with the spine. Connect with those kidneys. Last 3, 2, and 1. Just fan those hands open. Feel that prana, that life energy. When we flutter our eyelids open, heel toe those feet together and take that right knee, bend it in towards our chest, or finding the big toe and extending the heel towards the front of your mat. So we'll take the knee or the heel to the side. You'll extend the other hand, lift through the heart, and maybe gaze over that opposite shoulder. So finding the balance on that left foot, eyes always eye level, drawing that heel or knee a little more to the right side of your space. Then with control, we take the knee or heel to center, take the left hand on the outer edge of foot, right hand comes behind you, flex through that foot or holding onto the knee, and we'll begin to shift our eyes to the side. And maybe for some of you, can you find that right thumb? 2 more breaths. A final full inhale. On an exhalation, we slowly take your eyes back to center. We extend our hands up, flex the right foot, little movements here. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, we'll find our figure 4. So cross the right ankle on the left thigh, lower your hands to your heart, and we'll begin to melt through our hips. That left knee is tracking, bending, and those elbows are hovering towards that bottom leg. So maybe they connect. If you want to take the balance, the hands can go to the floor, or just find the balance here for 1 full breath in, 1 full breath out. Then rooting through that left foot, slowly rise, and just take the right foot now in the inner left thigh, and we'll find our tree. So we'll extend our branches up. Our heart is lifted, our chin is lifted. We're drinking in that sun. And we'll bring our prayer and lower it to our heart. And right foot to the side. Just add a little movement between sides. Let's just roll those right toes open. Shove our feet into shoes all day or socks. Want to give them a little love themselves. Rotating in the other direction. We'll come to the other side. So just rolling over the toes. Best to stay away from a hardwood floor. It's a little awkward at first. We'll change direction.
And let's just shake out any extra energy in our hands. We'll find the other side. So the left knee bends. So we squeeze it in. Maybe you explore finding that left big toe. Hand can stay supported on your hip or extend it out to the side. An option to reach the heel forward or just hang on to that knee. So we take the knee or the heel to the side, can extend that right arm. Our heart is lifted, eyes eye level, and then taking the gaze over the opposite shoulder. Keep reaching the heel or knee to the left of your space. And with control, we'll take now the heel or the knee towards the center. You switch hands. Find that extension again, left hand towards the back of the space. So you find that beautiful twist in the lower abs. Eyes can stay straight ahead or shift them towards the side. Or maybe shift to you find the thumb towards the back of your space. 2 more breaths. We take a final full inhale. Finish that exhale. Take your time slowly. Take the eyes back towards the center of the space. You release the foot. Arms reach up. We flex and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. We find that figure 4. We bring our hands to our heart. Begin to deepen that bend in the right knee. Those elbows begin to float towards that bottom shin. So we melt into our hips or use the door of the closed. So we just hover those elbows towards that bottom leg. Again, if you know the balance and want to take that, please do. Otherwise, find one more cycle of breath in, one more cycle of breath out. From the rootedness of the right foot, we lengthen and then take that foot in the inner thigh, finding our tree on the other side. So we open up through the collarbones, allow those shoulder blades to slide down the back body. Find the breath in the body. You can use walls, as Bill is doing behind me. I don't know what he's doing.
My branches.
He's using his branches to help support him against the walls. So find that breath, eyes are steady. You can expand your hands, maybe lift your chin, lift your eyes. I imagine I'm drinking in that sunshine. Then we bring our prayer to our heart, lower that left leg down, cycle through the vinyasa, full breath in, full breath out. Halfway lift, step or jump those feet back, high to low plank, cobra or up dog. We'll meet in downward dog, pause and breathe. Shake out the head. Let's take our knees to the floor, untuck the toes, setting up for our Ustrasana. Honoring those knees, you can fold out over that mat, give yourself a little more cushion. So let's start the first one, opening up the tops of the feet, root those shins, tall spine, elbows hug in. Those floating ribs love to puff out, so you want to draw them back into the body, connect with that core. Imagine you're zipping those thighs together. Our heart lifts. We're bending over a big object, a beach ball. And I use the analogy of a beach ball a lot. Stay here, or maybe reach for the heels. So the hip points are reaching forward. The throat is soft. The eyes are open. Finding that beautiful expression of your camel. Swallow. Slow down that breath. One more inhale. Exhale the air out. We'll take our hands on our hips. Come all the way up. Now let's tuck our toes under. Drop your hips to, drop your hip points towards your heels. And let's just spin those fingers in towards the knees. So opening up our
mouse wrists here. And then we'll take our fingers in towards the center. Maybe bend those elbows. We can straighten through those arms, untuck the toes, tap some energy back into the feet, and we'll take one more Ustrasana, camel. So we find that same setup, rooting through those shins, beautiful tall spine. We hug those elbows in. Lift from the sternum, lift that heart, pressing those hips towards the front of your space. Can always explore by taking the hips towards the front of the space. I don't know if you can see me here, and finding your bow against the wall. Gives you a great prop. So find that breath. Maybe exploring, reaching for the heels. Soften through the throat, the face, the jaw, the root of the tongue. One more inhalation. On an exhale, hands come to our waist, head comes up. Lower your hands to the floor. We'll cross our ankles and roll onto our back body. So our back is nice and warm. We'll take one more bridge or full wheel. So if you want to go into full wheel, please take it now. Otherwise, we'll just walk through one more bridge. So feet are rooted parallel to the sides of the mat. Our outer edges of our shoulders are pinned to the earth, palms up towards the sky. So just lift those hips, walk the shoulders under, maybe interlacing the fingers, energetically squeeze those thighs into that central plane. Connect with that core. Now let's lift the front body another inch. Everything is lifted. Soften through the face. 2 more breaths. Take one more inhalation. Exhale it out. Keep your body where it is. We're just lift those heels off the floor. The hips come up just 1 more centimeter, and then keeping those hips where they are. See if you can allow those heels to come a little closer to the floor. Beautiful. Now unwind the spine, release the hands. Take your time into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. A hand on our belly, a hand on our heart center. Full breath in, just sigh it out. Ah. One more inhale. Ah. And just rock your head side to side. Lick your lips. And then we'll pause, take your hands outside your knees, zip those knees in, and let's rock the spine again, backwards and forwards. So 3 or 4 rocks, and extend your legs, finding staff pose, hands alongside your hips, flex those feet, engage the muscles. Now we'll take a deep bend in that right knee, right hand behind the hip, the left hand reaches high. And we'll take the elbow outside the knee as we twist. So flex through the left toes. Some of you can take that left hand in that triangle space, maybe working on the bind. And one last option here, maybe extend the right leg up towards the sky. So find that breath. You're still lifting and twisting. One more inhale. If you lifted the leg, draw the foot back to the floor. We'll find a counter twist in the other direction. Then we come back through center, open up that right knee, right hand to the floor, and full body stretch. The left toes reaching to the sky, opening up that front body. And we'll lower it down, extend the right leg. Shake it out, find that staff pose again. So tall spine, engage those muscles, flex the feet. Then a deep bend in that left knee. You're solid here, left hand behind the hip, the right hand reaches. And we take the elbow outside the knee as we twist. So again, if you want to go a little further, maybe you scoop the hands underneath. Always an option then to extend that left leg. So finding that breath. The right toes are flexed. Another inhalation. We twist over the left shoulder. Come back through center. We'll find a counter twist in the opposite direction. Then that left knee opens, left hand to the floor, full frontal stretch on the front side of the body. Open up the throat, eyes are bright. And we'll lower those hips to the floor, left leg extends. And a full breath in and melt forward, Paschimottanasana. So just melting the heart towards those thighs, those knees as bent as they need to be. Let's give our feet a little more love this morning, massaging the arches, the heels, maybe the toes. Finding that breath. On an inhalation, we lift our hearts, taking a deep bend in that right knee again, take the heel into that left elbow crease, tall spine. We're rocking our baby. And we'll just take that right heel towards the left hip point. So you find that nice deep bend in the right knee, option to extend the arms up overhead as we lengthen over that left thigh. So you can find the calf, the heel, whatever's available. Steady breathing. And inhale, please lift the heart, and we'll release that right leg down, shake it out. Maybe remove that extra flesh, and we'll find the other side. So deep bend in the left knee, the heel comes into that right elbow crease. And again, we just rock our baby side to side, lubricating that hip joint. And then that left heel comes towards that right hip point, finding the bind for some of you for the big toe, or extend the arms up overhead as we hinge forward, finding the heel, calf, toes, whatever's available. Unhinge that jaw. Tracing that breath in and out through the nose. On an inhale, we lift. Extend that left leg, we'll shake it out. Now the hands 6 to 12 inches behind you. Let's take a bend in those knees again. Feet are rooted. We find that reverse tabletop. So hip points in line with our chest, our head, our knees. And from here, let's lift that front body another inch or two. Feel the hands and feet as they connect with the mat. One more time, let's lift everything. Lower those hips down. We'll extend the legs into a straddle position. So I find the inner rotation in the thighs, flex the feet, and just walk forward. So staying on your fingertips, forearms are always an option. You can also use a brick. So how can you release a little deeper into this posture? You can extend the inhalation and the exhalation. Back off a little bit. So we find the openings when the body can relax, when it's not rigid and gripping. So however we soften, just let back up a little bit. We're not getting anywhere in these postures. Everybody's different. Everybody is different. So we just take another few breaths here. And then let's take a walk to the left leg. Find the
Peace fingers around the big toe. Draw that elbow in the inside. You can stay supported or option to lift the arm up. I'm always trying to engage that right hip bone to the floor. It likes to pop up. So just notice what's happening in your body. Let's walk to the other side. Find the peace fingers, right elbow in the inside of the knee. We stay supported or lift the arm up and over. And let's blossom open. Take your hands outside those knees, hug those legs together. And we'll unwind that spine all the way to the mat. Let's take one more posture here. So the knees hug into the chest. We cactus our hands out to the side. Just drop your knees in one direction. Find that breath. And knees come back to center. We drop them in the opposite direction. And last time we draw those knees in, extend them to the floor, turn the palms up towards the sky, and just let yourself be in this Shavasana for the next 2 minutes. Letting go. Drawing your attention to that next full incoming breath. And gently let it go. Wiggle your toes, dance those fingers awake. And we'll take another beautiful stretch, elongating the body. And just roll onto either side of the body. You can hug those knees in. And just pause for a moment. And we'll slowly find a comfortable seated position. So inviting you to keep those eyes soft. Supporting your hands on your thighs. Just acknowledging this practice, your practice this morning. Feeling the sits bones as they connect with the floor. Crown of the head reaching up towards the heavens. And bringing your hands to your heart center, bowing your forehead to the tips of your fingers. Let's join our voices to end class with one beautiful Om. So you sip in the inhalation. The light within me recognizes the light within all of you. Thank you for a beautiful practice. And namaste. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you for the music. Can't believe that we're almost in September. So we'll see you on Thursday, and then we'll be off on our honeymoon, which is exciting.